Hello, my dear students. Welcome to Sri Jain Rank Zone classes. I'm your mentor and your friend for the subject chemistry, and I will be taking the organic chemistry. My dear students, we have started isomerism and we have started the optical isomerism. Today, I'm going to start with the representation of enantiomers, that how enantiomers are represented. Starting with representation of enantiomers. Enantiomers, they are the non-superimposable mirror images. They are represented by two forms. One is the wedge and dash formula, and the second is Fisher projection formula. Fisher projection formula. According to wedge and dash formula, according to wedge and dash formula, in this method, four groups are bonded. In this method, four groups are bonded to the chiral center and are represented by different means. To the chiral means stereo center and are represented by different means. Secondly, a normal line represents the bond lying in the plane of the paper. A normal line represents the bond lying in the plane of paper. A broken line represent the bond going behind the plane of the paper. The bond going behind the plane of the paper, and a solid wedge represents solid wedge represents the bond projected out towards the observer. The bond projected out towards the observer or the viewer. Okay, this is carbon. W, Z, this is dash, X, and this is solid wedge. Y. Now here A broken line represents the bond going behind of the plane of the paper. So this is below the plane. These two atoms are in the plane, and this is above the plane. Okay, above the plane, which is towards the observer. Now, Fisher projection formula. Projection formula. Emily Fisher devised a most simple and convenient method to represent the three-dimensional arrangement the three-dimensional arrangement three-dimensional arrangement of groups bonded to chiral center of groups bonded to chiral center. Okay, so he devised that there is a simple and convenient method to represent a three-dimensional arrangement of the groups which are bonded to the chiral center. He used the point of intersection of two perpendicular lines, okay, to represent the chiral center. To represent the chiral center. Then third, horizontal lines represents the bonds projected out of the plane of the paper. Lines represents the bonds projected out of the plane of the paper towards viewer. Vertical lines on the other hand represents the bonds projected back from the plane of the paper. Represents the bonds projected back from the plane of the paper. Away from the viewer. Okay. Fifth point is the Fisher projection formula of enantiomers the Fisher projection formula for enantiomers of 2-butanol as follows. Horizontal lines, they are towards viewer. Vertical lines away from viewer. OH, H, CH3, C2H5. As we know that enantiomers are the non-superimposable mirror images. OH, H. Okay. Enantiomers of lactic acid. CH3, COOH. This is an enantiomer of lactic acid. Okay. Important points about Fisher projection formula. Fisher projection of a stereoisomer must not be lifted from the plane of the paper. Be lifted from the plane of the paper and turned over such as operation would result into an arrangement would result into an arrangement which is enantiomer of the original stereoisomer, which is enantiomer of original stereoisomer. Okay. Secondly, like for example, Z, X, W, Y. Lift and turn over. You will lift and turn over. It will be X, Z, W, Y. So this is the enantiomer of A. Okay. Secondly, Fisher projection can be rotated in the plane of the paper. Rotated in the plane of paper about the chiral center through 180 degree. through 180 degree or its whole number multiple. Okay. Such an operation produces the same arrangement. Okay. Rotate in the plane at 180 degree. Same as A. Okay. Fisher projection should not be turned in the plane of the paper. Should not be turned in the plane of the paper at 90 degrees. Okay. About the chiral center. Such an operation that also produces enantiomer of the original compound. Of original compound. W Z X Y. Then you will turn at 90 degrees. X W Y Z. Okay, this is also enantiomer of original compound. Understood? Keeping one group as steady, the other group in the Fisher projection can be rotated. Can be rotated in clockwise or anti-clockwise simultaneously. Simultaneous. Such operation would give same arrangement as the original. W Z X Y clockwise. Okay. Keep W fixed. Clockwise are a movement of groups other than W. W, X, Y, Z. Same as A. So these are the properties you have to remember for what we can say the enantiomers. We will be starting with diastereomers in the next turn. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Stay safe. Stay healthy.